is up, everyone? Welcome to another random movie review. Today, I'm here with my buddy Justin Cuzzo.
Hello, everyone.
He's a friend of mine from film school, and he gave me this idea. We should continue reviewing the Transformers movies, because if you don't know him, he's a huge Transformers buff.
Indeed I am, though
He's wearing a shirt.
the only Transformers movie I despise is Revenge of the Fallen, because I genuinely don't like that movie.
And I don't like it either, so that's why we are going to review that piece of shit, which is, of course, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, and it came out in 2009, it's a sequel from the first Transformers movie. So, if you have not seen Revenge of the Fallen, we will talk a bit in detail, because there's a lot of moments we want to discuss. But before we talk about Revenge of the Fallen, what are your quick thoughts on the first Transformers?
I still love the movie as it is, even though it's nostalgia's getting a hold of me, but really, if you think about it, it's more of a popcorn piece.
Exactly.
But what the movie has done, and I will respect it for what it has, it revolutionized. I guess to some people, it in a way revolutionized visual effects, because this is I think in my opinion, one of ILM's best work. So granted, people kind of gloss over these movies as they're like, oh, they're just Transformers with robots, but I think not many people speak about the visual effects, and I think that's one of the main high points of Transformers in general. But with my thoughts of the first movie, it's a solid start to Transformers as it's the series, because not only did Transformers, not only did it make big bucks in the box office, but it brought Transformers back into the public eye, because Transformers kind of disappeared after a while until the 07 movie came out, and everyone's just like, holy shit, Transformers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same with me. I'm a fan of the first movie. I remember I was in prep when the movie came out, and all of my friends from school were talking about the movie, and I'm like, what is Transformers? What is Optimus Prime and stuff? And my dad showed me a shit cam copy of the movie. And I really enjoyed it, and still to this day, it really holds up. Yeah, I remember sawing Transformers Revenge of the Fallen in the theater, and I fell asleep, literally, because of how boring this movie was. And so we both rewatched the movie because we haven't seen this movie in so long, and it's still shit. So we're going to talk about this piece of shit. But let's talk about some positives, what we liked about the movie, because there were some moments. I don't think this movie's like one of the worst movies ever made. It's not like The Room or Batman Robin or Fantastic, those bad, terrible written movies. There are some good things. So what are your positives with Revenge of the Fallen? And spoiler alert, if you have not seen the movie, we're going to talk in detail about it.
There really isn't much for me to talk about in terms of positive. Yeah. And I'd say the visual effects, once again, are top-notch.
Yes, I agree.
ILM still did a fantastic job with the character designs and all that. Especially Sideswipe, who was introduced at the very beginning. I thought the character of Sideswipe, aesthetic-wise and appearance, was very awesome.
Yeah, he looks really cool.
Yeah.
In that opening.
And just the character designs in general, I think, were one of the main highlights of the movie. And I think the one that took the cake the most was Devastator. I get that some of the hate for Devastator is reasonable, because there are people who don't like the Transformers design, and I totally get that. Everyone has the preference of Transformers. I think at the time when ILM was putting Devastator together, it was one of their biggest CGI model, and only rendering just a small part of Devastator's animations really fried the computers. So I think the visual effects artists and designers should really get credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
And I think I'd say that everyone knows this movie for its forest battle, which everyone loves. I too love the forest battle.
Probably the best action scene in this movie, absolutely. That scene was just badass. As a kid, I was jumping up, and just that moment where Optimus is fighting Megatron, Starscream, and what was it?
Grindor.
I honestly thought it was Blackout as a kid, because they make him look a lot like Blackout.
It actually is Blackout, because my guess was they just reused the same CG model and just kind of
And you literally notice throughout the fight where he kills Grindor, right?
Grindor, yeah.
Grindor. You just hear him go, Optimus, please, no. When you watch it very, very closely. And it's at first you have to watch this movie so many times to hear about it.
Yeah.
And I thought this thing was hysterical.
I never paid much attention to the details because it's a shit movie and I never...
Yeah, when you watch that scene, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So now, let's rent this shit. Let's talk about why Revenge of the Fallen is a big stink pile of shit.
It's a waste of my brain cells, honestly.
So, what we always wanted in a Transformers movie is to see a lot of Transformers. And we get a lot of them in this movie, but the writers think, you know what? Let's show more of Sam Witwicky and his stupid family that just, hated Sam's parents in these movies.
Gotta have the dog sex, man.
Yes, the dog sex. The dog fucking sex. Like Michael Bay thinks it's a great idea to use dogs and make them have sex in a friggin' Transformers movie that's marketed for kids.
I mean, there's a lot of sex jokes in the movie. I don't know how you can cater that.
We got a robot like humping Megan Fox's leg. We get more of Sam's mom just eating a marijuana brownie. Which
I don't even know why.
Unnecessary. Let's talk about the plot of this movie because the plot of this movie needs to be talked about. So the writers of the movie, what I've heard, I'm not sure if this is true, they made this movie in the last minute with the plot and it took like 3 weeks for...
The script was written in 3 weeks because on average, I'd say a script would be a few months on average.
Yeah, exactly. It takes a while.
This was written in 2009 and the script was completed the night before the strike started. And so they kind of didn't really refine the script and just went along with it. And so I guess you can say, we were discussing this before, they were making things up as they went. Yeah,
you can tell they did that because the plot of this movie is that Sam Witwicky returns, he founds the sliver from the Allspark from the first movie, from his old hoodie that he wore in the first movie. And he holds it and he starts seeing symbols of, like... the primes, what I think the symbols mean, what I don't even give a fuck about what's happening in this movie. This movie's fucking terrible. I am so distracted by the plot. So yeah, like that plot, straight away when I just said a slur from the cue affects Sam already doesn't make sense. Because if you've seen the first movie, and of course we've both seen the first movie, we see a scene where Sam is running with the Allspark to the building, and it literally doesn't affect him until now. It's just like, it is one of the most lazy written films, and you can tell this movie's written like in 3 weeks, and it looks like it's making up as it goes along. So yeah, the plot of this movie is just fucking, we just get a plot with Sam going to college. Sam meets this roommate, which, Jesus Christ, he's kind of like Catherine Brewster from Terminator 3 Resurrection. All he does is fucking scream. I don't
get the purpose of Leo being in the movie.
Leo, his name.
Because, why?
Yeah, why is Leo in this movie? He has no purpose. He's just like, oh, I'm coming along on his journey, even though, like, I shouldn't have come. I could have walked the other way.
He's just some guy who would, like, all he does in his life is just upload stuff on Reddit in his mum's basement.
Yeah, holy shit. And the thing about Michael Bay that he always does in these movies is always show freaking attractive supermodel girls. Like, we got that chick that turns into a Transformer in the movie. Which is the thing that I just feel like that could have been an interesting concept. Like, what if Transformers can transform into, like, people or animals, which they did explore that in Transformers. With the dinosaur, with Dinobots. Would it be cool if, like, the Transformers turned into, like, a building or something? If it can turn into humans, basically it can turn into whatever they want.
Yeah, and, like...
besides cars. Like, why cars, though? They didn't explain that at all. Like why cars?
I mean, if they were to transform into buildings, then that would be the literal definition.
Just transform into a tree.
Like, that'd be the literal definition of robots in disguise.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess, you know, your question is why they turn into cars. Well, they looked cool in Japan, so they're like, hey, let's make them for kids. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So after that stupid scene where the chick is a human transformer, we get to, once again, the forest fight scene. Let's talk more about that, because that scene was, everyone keeps saying, like, oh, we can't see shit, like, what is happening? And there are parts we can't see anything, but honestly, as a kid, when I watched that scene, it was one of the most intense moments I've ever seen in a film. Like, Optimus Prime literally got killed by Megatron because, of course, the Fallen, this new villain, the Fallen, we didn't even mention who the friggin' villain is. The Fallen is out, and, of course, he wants to build one of those portal things to destroy the world from one of those pyramids, and he tells Megatron to kill Optimus Prime. That was easy.
To tell you the truth, I actually forgot why they went to Egypt. I get that they had the sun harvester inside one of the pyramids, but I forgot why they activated the sun harvester, because
it was so...
I
stupid.
can't really keep up with the...
It's one of those, there's this machine and they want to destroy the world. Which the Fallen, I think, could have been a really cool Decepticon villain, but he literally wasn't much in the movie.
Well, he was voiced by Tony Todd from Candyman, so...
Wow, really?
Yeah? Wait, you didn't know?
I honestly didn't know. This is a huge fact. I didn't fucking know.
That's the sad thing with the Transformers movies. They utilise really good actors, but, like, they don't really do much as the voice roles for any of the Transformers movies. Say, Frank Welker is in Revenge of the Fallen, as everyone knows, but all he did was just growling noises.
Yeah.
Which is very present for Devastator.
But he looks cool as the Fallen. Like, the whole look of the Fallen looks cool. He looks like one of those Indian Transformers, you know, like those Indian, like, cowboy Transformers. I thought that looks cool. Yeah. But I just feel like he could have been a much better villain. I think Megatron is more of a villain than the Fallen, which... This is the thing I also hate about this movie, is that Megatron, the Fallen in the movie is meant to be one of those powerful threats, you know? Mm-hmm. But Megatron is more powerful than he is. Like, much more powerful.
The weird thing is, Megatron was more... I think after... Well, it was after the first one. He's more of just being bossed around, doing nothing.
Exactly.
Because, like, in the third movie, he's basically the exact same, except that Sentinel's the one telling him what to do instead of
yeah, which we will review. I mean, we're going to review some Transformers movies together because we both love Transformers. So let me know down below if you like Justin, you want to see him in more videos, because I sure want to, because he's perfect. He's already doing perfect. We haven't even rehearsed this. This is like all in one take. We're just talking about the movie, and you did a really great job.
I just talk a lot in general.
Yeah, and that's what movie reviews are about, talking about movies. So, continue off, after that awesome forest fight scene, now we get to John Turturro, and he's returned in this movie, and we get to see his fucking ass.
I saw that for the first time, I'm just like,
what the fuck is this?
Oh, no, that was not my reaction. My first instinct was to go to get bleach under my sink and wash my eyes.
Oh, exactly. John Turturro, I hated him from the first movie. I thought he was not funny. Bumblebee deserves to be pissed on him.
I didn't mind John Turturro. It's just that showing his ass kind of like...
I just thought his character was stupid.
I just felt like... I don't know why that was necessary to see his ass in the movie. Like, not only did I want to bleach my eyes out, but I wanted to fucking vomit.
What do you think of Jetfire?
I thought it was cool.
He was cool. He's like one of those old, cranky... asshole Transformer. I'm like, I like that stuff.
I like how he just switches sides just because he hears that the Decepticons are losing. He's like, oh okay, well, we'll change sides then. I don't care.
Yeah, I know, like, that's...
And then the humans were like, why? He's like, oh, well, because I can.
I know, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. So, after the Jetfire moments, there's actually a fun fact about this movie is that, remember when Sam Witwicky, like, the real guy Shia LaBeouf, his arm was actually broken.
I didn't know that.
In the film, so they made like, his arm got broken during filming, so they made an excuse with that teleporting scene where they're teleporting to Egypt, where he makes, like, his arms, like, burnt or something, and that's, like, an excuse to make the broken hand thing, and, like, well, it couldn't be anything else. So after that scene, we finally sort of get a plot of the movie, where we find out there's this thing called the Matrix, that it's the thing that the Fallen wants to use for that poor thing, and somehow it can resurrect Optimus Prime, which is probably an excuse to say, you know, you think Optimus Prime is dead? Nope, he's not going to be dead, he's going to be back to life and all that stuff. And we get, like, Tweedledee and Tweedledum Transformers.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't really mind the twins.
I hated them. I'm sorry, Justin. I hated them. They're fucking annoying.
I get people's reasons for not liking them, and that's
they just make
enough.
Transformers like so racist. The green one especially.
I just don't mind them. I just like how they look. I mean,
it's not the looks you have to like. It's the characters.
I mean, the people say that like they're the ugliest looking Transformers, and I
agree with you, people. I'm happy.
I mean, they are ugly, but I just like them.
Just like them for no fucking reason.
I just do, man. I found them funny as a kid, and I still find them funny now.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe that's how shit my sense of humor is.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I like what people don't like.
Really interesting opinion on them too. So yeah, now the whole third act of fighting in the desert, and basically that's what it is. The whole third act, just them fighting in the desert, taking forever to bring back Optimus. Like, somehow it would have been so much easier. Which is the thing I feel like, if Optimus Prime dies, wouldn't that sliver from the cube bring him to life since Megatron was back to life from that thing? You know what I mean? You know what
Yeah.
scene I'm talking about when he's underwater and stuff and they use that thing from the Allspark? I feel like that would have been so easy. If Optimus Prime dies, Sam's just like, oh, I remembered, I got the sliver. Optimus, catch!
Yeah.
I am
I mean-
Optimus Prime and just stabs Megatron in the
Like
neck.
I said, this movie was this shit. I never bothered to pay attention to it with it because
Oh, God. It was as bad as I can remember.
I just lose brain cells every time I watch it.
Now, I think we should talk about the worst climax. Probably in a Transformers movie, but also in the movie in general, because now Sam Witwicky... oh yeah, I forgot. Sam Witwicky goes to freaking robot heaven. Remember that scene?
Oh yeah,
when Sam Witwicky got killed by Megatron and he freaking dies and he's like in robot
Oh,
heaven.
and he like sees the 13
Crimes.
crimes.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, why is he in robot heaven? Why isn't he actually dead in the other heaven? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, after that shit, we'll just go over that.
They never. I just thought of this now. I mean, I get that this movie is shit and I never pay attention to it, but it just hit me now. They never explained how Sam could actually see the Cybertronian symbols when he was looking into the
It just happens.
sliver.
Yeah, again, you can tell it's a 3-week script.
You can just tell that like they've just worked from the first
Like,
draft.
honestly-
Never bothered to refine it afterwards.
The writers of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen probably shamed us all. Especially, like, we were so excited for the movie, and it turns out like this.
I mean, you got
Just a mess.
I mean, you got Alex Kurtzman, who in my opinion isn't a really good writer. He directed The Mummy,
That makes
which
sense.
was shit. So
Yeah, the one with Tom Cruise. Or the one with Brandon Fraser.
the one with Tom Cruise.
Thank Christ, because I enjoyed the Brandon Fraser Mummy. I enjoyed those movies. Which this movie does feel like the Mummy at some scenes because it took place in Egypt. But anyway, back to what happens in the movie. Sam brings Optimus Prime back to life, which I would say that's a really good scene. Like, it's epic. The score in this movie is really good. I'll give it that.
I think the scores in all of the Transformers movie are great because you got Steve Jablonsky doing the score.
Yeah, and he did a great job. Especially with the theme. That theme, I always hear it at Universal Studios, and I'm just like, that theme is so fucking epic. So he brings Optimus back to life, and of course Jeffy died, and the magnet thing, like...
And he goes into like God mode.
God mode, Jesus, Robo Jesus
God
mode.
mode Optimus.
And we get this whole 1-minute fight between Megatron the Fallen, which Megatron, somehow it's easy for him to kill because he's like more powerful, but the Fallen, he kills him just easily, just stabbed him in the neck, like stabbed him in the face, like, give me your face. That bit. And I feel like this could have been a 10-minute fight because if the Fallen's like the threat, he should be a hard villain to kill. No. That was easy.
They could have done this, you know, like...
And like, why only a Prime has to defeat him? Like, since he's that weak, Bumblebee could have killed him easily.
How they could have showcased how powerful the Fallen was...
We could have seen, like, at least, like, Bumblebee or Ironheart tried to fight him and he failed, then they
There you
failed.
go. And
Like,
so,
they should have showed how powerful he is. Fallen is, like, one of the most, like, unshowed villain, and he's marketed a lot in the trailers and even the posters. And he's literally in the movie only in a couple scenes. It's like having, you know, like, Joker and Batman. He's just, like, in one scene of the movie. That's what I felt like with the Fallen.
Well, the beginning of Revenge of the Fallen were with the Shanghai battle.
That was good.
That should have actually been the end of the movie. That should have been at the end.
Yeah, when Optimus freaking kills him, he's like, pull over!
But, like...
that was Optimus Prime, like, the most badass scene.
So how you can, you know, have the Shanghai battle be the final act of the movie is like, instead of him killing the Decepticons, like Demolisher and Sideways, there's the Constructicons are like scattered all over China and stuff like that, and like, you know, they get the shit beat out of them, and you know, they're like Constructicons combined, and then that's when we see Devastator in Shanghai,
and then we see his cannon, like,
and then that's when the Autobots are like, we're fucked. Ooh. So Devastator tears through Shanghai, and then like the Autobots have to like try and stop him and stuff like that. But due to technical limitations of the time, we could not see any other Transformers next to Devastator because
no director's cut.
Editor's
cut.
Because like, you know, due to technical limitations,
yeah,
because of how big Devastator was, because I think that's the reason why they had Skids and Mudflat, the twins, with Devastator only, because it would have been way too much for the computer to handle to render the CGI. So if you add in the other Autobots, the computer that rendered Devastator would have blown up.
And one more thing I want to talk about before we get to our final thoughts on the movie, because it's almost like 30 minutes long. Optimus Prime, like, he is marketed on the posters. He's even marketed on his DVD. And, you know, he dies in the movie and comes back to life. So why is he freaking the main Transformer on the covers? I get it's for kids. Kids like to see Optimus Prime being badass on the posters. But he's literally not much in the movie.
Well, Transformers, the existence of Transformers was just made to sell toys. So
Just like this one right here.
well, that's a pretty cool Studio Series figure, though.
Yeah.
I know that Hasbro has released.
Now, I painted this figure, if you're wondering how different it looks. And I even cut off some back parts, the truck bit.
Hasbro has released a new Optimus figure that actually came out. That's from Dark of the Moon. He's got like his jetpack and.
Oh, I'm definitely going to pick that up one day. So, let's get to our final thoughts of Revenge of the Fallen. And this movie's fucking terrible. It's definitely my least favorite in the franchise. And I'm a Transformers buff. I enjoyed most of the movies because they're just made for fun. And a lot of people just take it way too seriously. But Revenge of the Fallen, yes, we have to take it seriously.
It's inexcusably bad.
It's very inexcusably bad. So, yeah.
Lazily written. It just feels like they worked on the first draft and didn't refine it. And
Yeah, no second and third draft like we did in film school.
I mean, I get that Transformers is there to sell stuff, but really though,
Yeah, but make it a fun movie too. Like, you know, like the concept is interesting.
I try to have fun with Revenge of the Fallen.
And I tried to, even when I rewatched it. I was trying to watch this movie like as a guilty pleasure, and I couldn't because of how lame the story is. The characters are lame. I would say Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox, they were definitely better than they were in the first movie, especially Megan Fox. I never liked her in the first movie. And I thought her acting was terrible. And in this movie, you can tell like she tried. She really tried.
And the main highlights is just
the action was a lot of fun to watch though.
It was.
The action was great. It's not much in the movie. It's not as action packed as like Dark of the Moon or the other Transformers movies.
I do think that besides the forest battle, the fight scenes in the first movie were better. It was still better than this.
Absolutely better. Like Bone Crusher scene. That scene was one of my favorite scenes in Transformers.
It's pretty cool, despite how short it was.
Yeah. So overall, Revenge of the Fallen was fucking terrible. And yeah, this is a pretty long review, but I had so much fun doing it with you, Justin.
Likewise, mate.
So if you like us to review Dark of the Moon and Age of Extinction, let us know in the comments below. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching our rant on Revenge of the Fallen. Once again, thank you, Justin, for joining me.
Thank you for having me, mate.
Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. You're doing high fives. Why are we doing it? Make sure you guys follow me on Facebook, Stardust, Instagram, Twitter. And what do you guys think of Revenge of the Fallen? Do you like the movie? Hate the movie? If you like the movie, that's completely okay with us. Just let us know in the comments below. And if you want to see Justin more videos, let us know in the comments below because I think Justin is a great sport. So next we will review Dark of the Moon possibly next week.
Hopefully so.
Because I really had so much fun reviewing Revenge of the Fallen. I feel like yes, let's review the rest of the Transformers.
Because I mean, like we were pretty negative in this movie. I feel like
let's get back to the positives.
Yeah, and I feel like Dark of the Moon has just that. So
yeah. So make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, notify for my latest videos, and you want to do this with me? You click. Ready?
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Okay, your main man Owen asked me to do some Transformers impressions. The best one I can do is Megatron from the 3 movies.
Go ahead.
Spare me, you gaseous sycophant. You know what you are told, which is nothing. Soundwave reporting, Lord Megatron. That's the best I can do.
Yes, that is fucking amazing.